Hey team, this is Erwin McCann for Big Way Marketing Rep Success and for acquirerealwealth.info, and I'm here in my home office up in Toronto. I wanted to share an interesting piece of news that just came across my desk. Now, for many of you watching, you know what is happening out in Vancouver, Canada. It's the 2010 Winter Olympics, and many people have flocked to the Olympics. Obviously, the Olympics are is a major event that people will seek out. But I found this quite interesting, an article written by a journalist. His name is Paul Sullivan, and many reporters were noticing an interesting phenomenon in the early morning before the day's events at the Olympics would start, that people would flock and congregate, and it seemed that they were meeting in front of the commemorative building, and they couldn't quite figure out what was going on. These reporters were seeing just droves of people early morning coming and standing in line waiting, and so they figured out what it was, and what it was is that people were waiting in line 7 hours, okay? 7 hours for what? They thought it was to go into the commemorative building, or the what is now what was formerly the SFU Business School, which has now been transformed into the Canadian Mint. That's interesting right there in itself. But they found that people were not even going to purchase commemorative coins, as we know that people would be purchasing commemorative coins and are at the Olympics because they're worth a lot. But they were actually waiting 7 hours to touch a silver and gold medal. Can you imagine that? Waiting 7 hours to touch a silver or gold medal. Now, think about this. Think about how you've waited sometimes maybe 30, 45 minutes in a dentist's office, or maybe you're stuck in traffic and it just seems like an eternity. Can you imagine waiting 7 hours to touch a silver or gold medal? Now, as phenomenal as that might be, if you're willing to put that much time in, I'm going to give you a solution that you don't have to wait 7 hours to touch a silver or gold medal. As a matter of fact, if you click the right of this web browser and go to the link that says acquirerealwealth.info, you'll be able to not only touch real silver, okay, and gold. I've got my gold coming, but you can touch real silver. Not only touch it, but you can hold it as long as and as often as you want. Isn't that interesting? People would wait 7 hours to touch silver and gold. And if you take a look at the Numis network opportunity, you can not only touch it, but you can have it in your hand, in your possession, from now until whenever. So what's interesting to me is that people actually desire silver, desire gold, precious metals. There's just a deep innate yearning for these precious metals, and I guess that's the way it's been in humankind for a long time. But I just thought the article was interesting, that as we are glued to the TV watching the 2010 Olympic Games, that people would wait 7 hours to touch silver and gold. You can touch your own numismatic MS-70 Mint State certified by Annex, NGC, and NGCS in your home anytime you want. Click the link, find out more about Numis Networks, and we will see you at the top, because you're going to be a lot more wealthier in 2010. Bye for now.